Hello coding people, hope you guys doing good. This is your Rawshan from Code with Rawshan channel. Today we are going to see how to show related images based on the clicked headings. Okay, now these are our headings. We have TVC, digital, documentary, events and corporate. So each headings has their own images. For example, if you click on digital, it will show only the digital related images. If you click on documentary, it will show only documentary related images. We are going to do this from JavaScript. Okay, now let's jump into the code and see how to do this. I already done with HTML and CSS part, but I will show you what I did in HTML and CSS. So yes, I'm using Bootstrap here to get some responsive. It's a mobile responsive, you can see here. So yes, okay, now here we have a container, the main container, and then h1, and then our headings, which is our list item, and then our image container, which means this is TVC image container, and this is digital image container, and this is documentary image container, and so on. Okay, now let me hide the test JavaScript file. Okay, I hide that. Okay, now let's see what is in the CSS. Okay, so it's a simple CSS, only I think I did underline animation on hover, which means if you hover over any list item, which is our headings, it will show some nice underline animations. Okay, so yes, and then yes, nothing much. Don't worry guys, I will put the link in the description so that you can reach the HTML and that you can reach the files for this project. Okay, now let's see how to do this from JavaScript. Let's open our script file, and we have to do 4 things. First, we have to select all the heading and the image container. What I mean by image container is, which I told you here, TVC. Okay, so TVC is one image container, and then digital is one image container, and then documentary is one image container, something like that. Okay, all right, now sorry, something happened with my mouse, sorry guys. Okay, all right, now as a second, we have to do function to check the current active headings. Okay, if you can see here in HTML, where is it? Yes, this is the current active heading, and this is the current image active, which is TVC. That's why you can see here under TVC there is a underline. Also you can see TVC related images. Okay, so yes, so as a third option, we have to make function to check the current active image container, which is this. Okay, and then loop on the headings and using the click add event listener. Okay, now let's start with select all the headings and the image container. Okay, all right, now we will create a variable const headings equal to document.querySelector all. Okay, document.querySelector all, then we will dot item. Okay, you can see here. So now we are going to select all headings. Okay, there is an item, there is an item class, so we are selecting all this headings. Okay, all right, then we have to select the image container as well. So we will create one more variable, which is for image container, equal to document.querySelector all. Then we are going to select all this image containers, tvc, digital, and so on. Okay, all right, I already copied this. Let me copy and paste this. Okay, all right, so yes, if you want, we can see how this was selected. We can log into console.log and see how this is selected. Okay, manage content. Let me save. Let me open the console. Yes, you can see the node. Okay, all right, now we are done with selecting the headings and the image container. Now we are going to do function. We are going to create a new function to check the current active heading. Okay, to do that, let's use function expression. I'm going to name it as current active heading. Okay, equal to function. Then we will make headings parameter. Okay, then headings equal to document dot get element by class name, which is active. It's here. Okay, all right, class name active. Okay, now we already what we are going to do is, don't confuse with this headings and this headings, because this is a headings variable, this is parameter. What we are going to do is, once we're done with the function, we are going to pass this headings variable into this function. Okay, now through function we are selecting the headings. Now we are going to loop through these headings. Okay, now I will tell you one thing. Now for a test, let's log this into console. Okay, let's log into the console. Okay, and then let me call this function. Let me call this function with this variable. Okay, control save. Let me open the console. You can see here it's a HTML collection. Okay, when you're choosing get element by class name, it will come in the form of HTML collection. You have to note one thing here. When it's come to HTML collection, you cannot loop the HTML collection from for each loop, because you have to convert the HTML collection into array, and then you can use for each loop. Regarding this, I already put the link in the description, so you can click on the description and see how to do this. I will show you also here, but if you want to know more details, you can click on the link and you can read the article. Okay, now first we are going to use the traditional loop, okay, which is the for loop. All right, let me comment here. Comment is very important, guys. So always, if you have a habit of commenting what you are doing, so later on, even if you go and check your code, it will give you a clear idea what you exactly doing there. Okay, so using for loop. for loop. All right, now for let I equal to 0. Now the headings. Okay, now this headings in the form of array. See, it's a HTML collection, right? So that's why we can loop that. All right, so what we are going to do here, I less than headings dot length. And I plus. Now things. Actually, I think before that, let's log heading into the console. Okay. Okay, now it will give us current active heading, which is TVC. You can see here, see it's active. Okay, what we want to do is, based on the click, we have to remove current active element. Okay, sorry, we have to remove the current active heading, which is this underline. Okay, we have to remove this underline on the click. All right, now what we are going to do is, so heading dot yes, heading dot classless dot remove active. Okay, see here it's removed, right? Because we are calling the function with the headings, okay, so yes. All right, now this is using for loop. Okay, let's say if you want to use for off loop, you can do the same. For off loop. Okay, count, we have to create variable heading, then heading off headings, this heading. Okay, then heading dot classless dot remove active. Okay, let's hide this, let's comment this out and then see it will do the same or not. See, I'm calling the function here. Okay, current active heading. Okay, I'm calling the function and I'm passing the headings variable as a parameter, as an argument to heading parameter. Okay, when I save this, one second. Okay, you can see the active heading here, right? So if I call the function, if I save, you can see here this underline will remove from here. Okay, see, it's removed, right? Let me make it big a little. Okay, it's removed, right? Okay, all right, this is how we are using for off loop instead of using for loop. Okay, and let's see how to use for each loop in this case. As I told you, when it's come to HTML collection, and then if we want to use for each loop on HTML collection, we have to convert the HTML collection into an array. Okay, so how to do that? Using forEach loop. Okay, let me comment out this. Now, as I told you, let's convert the HTML collection into an array. To do that, we have to use array dot from, okay, from headings. This headings, then dot for each function, and then heading, now let's logging the heading into the console. So yes, we can have it now. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to remove the active class list. So heading dot class list, sorry, dot remove let's see work or not. Yes, see, underline is gone. Okay, so regarding this, when it's come to loop on the HTML collection, you have to do this way. You have to do array dot from to convert the HTML collection into an array. So as I told you in the beginning, you can go into you can check in my description and you can see the link, so you can have a look at it. Okay, all right, now let me comment this also, and then let me activate this using for loop. Okay, we now done with current active heading. Now we have to check function. We have to create another function to check the current active image container. Okay, to do that, let's create another function expression. Okay, all right. Image container. Okay, current active image container equal to function image container parameter, then image container equal to the theme dot get element by class name, which is image active class. Let me copy this and paste on here. Okay, then all right, we choose that one also. Let me remove this one. Yes, no, we don't need this one also. Now, okay, this one also will give us an HTML collection. You can see this. Let's see, let's image container. You can see here. Yes, we have to run the function. We are going to pass image container as an argument for this parameter, this function parameter. Okay, then okay, see, as I told you, if you use get element by class name, it will come as HTML collection. Okay, why I'm telling you guys, because when before I try to loop using for each method to HTML collection, and then I had an error. Then I found that, you know, we can't loop over the HTML collection using for each method. If we want to use for each method, then we have to convert the HTML collection into an array, as I told you. So note that that point there. Okay, all right, now let's remove this. Okay, now we have to loop. Okay, okay, for let I equal to 0, I less than image container dot length I plus plus. Okay, now here also we want to remove the current active image based if we click on the digital, if we click on other headings, I mean. Okay, so what we have to do now, image container dot class list dot remove. What we want to remove is this image active. Okay, basically if I click on digital, this image active class will remove from TVC, and then the image class will add into digital. Okay, that's our plan. All right, so class list dot remove image active. All right, let's test this. Yes, it will remove. Okay, our function is working now. Now we done, first we select all the headings and the image container, and then we create a function to check the current active heading, and then as a third we create the function to check the current active image container. Now finally we are going to use for each loop and add even listener. All right, now let's use for each loop on the headings, which means we have to listen to the events on this headings. For example, if I click on this, we have to listen for it. For that, let's do headings dot for each function then heading. Okay, now we are going to yes, so headings, we are choosing the document.query selector items, which is all of this. It will come with the form of node list, so it's an array, so we have to loop that. That's why we are using for each here. So headings dot for each, which means we are going to loop over this headings, which is the list items. Okay, and then we are creating function heading. Now what we are going to do is we are going to use add even listener on headings, which is these. Okay, all right. Headings, sorry, heading, yes, yeah, heading dot, heading dot add event listener based on the click function. Okay, now what we have to do is here, based on the click, first we have to remove the current active heading, right? So let's comment okay. To remove the current active heading, I have to mention event here, events. Okay, now remove the current active heading. So now we are going to use this function to remove the current active heading. So current active heading, we are going to pass also we have to remove the we have to remove the current active container also. So based on the click, for example, if I click on digital, I have to underline this digital. Before I underline this digital, I have to remove this underline in TVC. Also I have to hide this and show the images based on the digital heading. Okay, so on the click event listener, first we are removing the current active heading, okay, which means the underline. Okay, now we are going to remove the current image contain, yes. Okay, for that we are using this function, unpassing the image container as a argument. All right, now we have to add class active to the current clicked heading. Okay, let's comment that, add class active current clicked. Okay, to do that we already passed an parameter as an event to this function, which is attached into the add event listener function. So what we can do is we can access the current target element. Okay, for example, let's say event dot current target, which means if I click, I can see which heading was clicked. Okay, so I will show you, by the way, I'll show you that. All right, let me, okay, event.currentTarget. Okay, now if I save this, you can see here, if I click, you can see here the clicked element. All right, you can see here I click heading 2. If I click this, I click heading 3. Okay, all right, Now okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to remove we are going to add dot and then class list add active. Okay, now you can see here, let me close this. If I save this, now you can see if I click on digital, still we didn't do the image part, but if I click on the headings, it will make underline based on the click. See, it's underline, right? Okay, now we have to do, based on the click, we have to show digital related images. If we click on digital, if we click on documentary, we have to show documentary related images. For this, the best option what I know is to use switch statement. Okay, let's comment switch statement. Okay, all right, now let's say counts active image equal to event dot target dot inner HTML. Okay, now let's use the switch statement. Let me copy okay, now I will explain. All right, what we are doing here is we create a variable which is called active image equal to event.target.inner HTML. I will show you something. Let me log active image to console. So we got an error. What is this gonna read properly? Undefined target. Yes, I did a mistake here. I have to put this one. Sorry guys. Yes, I have to put this one not outside the forEach loop, inside the forEach loop. Okay, here. Now we will not have any issues. All right. Okay. Now all right, now see, if I click on digital, it will show digital related images, right? Why I did console dot active image, because now you can see we mentioned here event.target.inner HTML, which means the target element inner HTML, which is digital. If I click on documentary, you can see here which is documentary. If I click on events, you can see events. By getting this, we can simply use switch statement. See, the switch will be active image. If the active image which is event.target in HTML, which is TVC, do this, break. And if the case is digital, do this. That's how we are having these images. Let's see what I mentioned here, which means if it's TVC, document.querySelector TVC dot class list add, I am adding the image active into this. Okay, if active image is digital, which means add image active class into digital here. That's how you can see. If you click on documentary, you can see documentary related images. If you click on digital, you can see digital related images. Okay, finally we done this. So now you can see, if you click on TVC, you can see TVC images. If you click on digital, you can see digital images. You can click on documentary, and then you can see documentary images. Yes, hope this video is useful. Please subscribe to my channel and give a like to this video. If you guys know any other better ways to do this, please let me know in the comments. Of course, when it's come to coding, it is always learning new things. Thank you so much for watching, and happy coding.